MSNBC really wants Donald Trump to be prosecuted, so much so that they're saying prayers on their nightly broadcasts, I think is what's going on. This is how excited they are. This is from the Mehdi Hasan show. They're talking about this story that says the DOJ has evidence that Trump showed docs to others in the classified documents case. Here's how they talk to each other.
Dean, if this is just a small fraction of the evidence that Jack Smith has collected thus far, the question then becomes, what's he waiting for?
You know, maybe I go to the gym a lot and eat well just so I can stay alive long enough for charges that come against Donald Trump from DOJ. I don't know. And I'm in good shape. You know, I could live for years to come.
That's weird.
I don't know. Maybe we all
Inshallah.
wait for this. This is an inshallah prosecution. Exactly. Inshallah for us Muslims means God willing, or often never. It's going to take a sign from God to get DOJ to charge Donald Trump. A burning bush, the voice of God, locusts, brimstone, cats and dogs living together. No one knows, but it's been 2 years and almost 6 months since January 6th. This is outrageous.
What? Is that what they do on MSNBC? What is going on over there? This guy gets up and he eats right. He probably gets his field of greens or his analog. Don't know if he's got a wife or kids or anything else to live for other than Trump being prosecuted. But inshallah, also, God willing, from these two. Donald Trump's lawyer apparently was waived off. Now, this came over from The Guardian. Here's what they tell us. They say, Evan Corcoran said that he was steered away from Trump's office, where the FBI later found most of its sensitive materials. This came out from Evan Corcoran, which was Trump's lawyer. Remember, there were different courts that said Trump was originally protected by attorney-client privilege and things like executive privilege, things that normal Americans have in a normal country. But they have eviscerated all of those because political enemies are now disfavored class in America. Donald Trump fits into that, along with many others like the J6ers and the MAGA extremists and so on, all in this disfavored defendant class that is now emerging in this country. Evan Corcoran's privileges get eviscerated. They evaporate. Donald Trump's lawyer, tasked with searching for the classified documents around Mar-a-Lago after they were issued a subpoena, told associates that he was waived off from searching the former president's office, where the FBI later found the more sensitive documents. This lawyer recounted that several Trump aides had told him to search the storage room because that's where all the materials that had been brought from the White House ended up being deposited. Corcoran found 38 classified documents in the room. He then asked whether he should search anywhere else, like Trump's office. But he was steered away, he told associates. Corcoran never searched the office and told prosecutors the 38 papers were the extent of the material at Mar-a-Lago. The assertion that there were no classified documents elsewhere at the property proved to be wrong. FBI got 101 classified documents in the following month. Corcoran and his previously unreported account, as relayed to The Guardian by two people familiar with the matter, more leaks out of this investigation than anything. It's weird. We get so many leaks out of this investigation, but none out of the Hunty investigations. But it suggests that Trump materially misled others as Jack Smith continues his investigation. It's not clear who waived off Corcoran, whether it was Trump himself or Trump employees who advised him to look elsewhere. Corcoran didn't respond to a request for comment. Trump's spokesman came out and said, "This is completely false and rooted in pure fantasy. The real story is the illegal weaponization of the Justice Department and the witch hunts. Criminal investigation appears to be nearing its end." So those MSNBCers are going to be thrilled about that. Has recently focused on why the subpoena was not complied with. In particular, prosecutors have examined why Trump ordered his valet, somebody named Walt, to move certain boxes out of the storage room before and after the subpoena was issued. The movement of the boxes has taken on added significance. Prosecutors saw surveillance tapes that boxes were returned on June 2nd, the day before the Justice Department traveled down there to visit. Not clear when Corcoran was waived off. Could be notable if it came before the boxes were brought back. Could raise questions. Why are you moving the boxes around? Corcoran also wrote down a note about how he told Trump he could not retain any classified documents when Trump was asked what he was allowed to keep, as well as when he took breaks during the search, and he memorialized the whole thing. Now, prosecutors got access to this. He had attorney-client privilege, but they waived all of that. Corcoran appears to have been told that the prevailing belief among Trump aides and employees at the time was that any classified documents would be in the storage room. The rest would have been brought from the White House. Before he could start his search, Trump's lawyer ended up telling the valet about the subpoena, where he was searching. He needed him to unlock things. He got access. Corcoran realizes he needed a deadline extension. Since he was the only person working on this, he got a new deadline of June. As the new subpoena deadline approached, Corcoran asked around, should I look in other areas? He was told, no, the storage room should be sufficient. Don't look anywhere else. Corcoran says he completed his search of the storage room and told the DOJ on June 2nd to come and collect the documents. Then he provided a search letter, and we read this letter from Christina Bobb. She said, we did a diligent search of the properties. We haven't found anything. We're done. The subpoena had been issued to Trump's office. They treated it as an administrative subpoena. Advice turned out to be wrong. Months later, a warrant was issued, and Trump's house was raided. So they are gearing up there. They've breached attorney-client privilege, and the investigation is continuing to heat up. That is just the investigation from the special counsel. Shifting over to New York, there's new evidence in this one because this one also leaks. In Manhattan, apparently they have a witness. There was a court filing that came out. The DA's office informed Trump's attorneys of some of the evidence. They made a disclosure statement. The filing doesn't identify any witnesses, but the form said they've already disclosed this stuff. It's a new recording. We don't know when or where it was made. They've reached out for conversations with Trump's team. A key witness in the case, Michael Cohen, previously released secret taped audio recordings. Unclear if that is the same one they have. Michael Cohen released one about Stormy Daniels' payments in 2016. The filing came in on a Tuesday, the same date Trump made his virtual court appearance. Trump was scolded and reprimanded there in court, saying, you can't talk badly about the case, understand my terms or else. Trump has denied having the affairs. But Trump apparently also is doing a little investigating of his own. The Rolling Stone dug this story out. They say that Team Trump is trying to unmask the feds who are investigating him. And they say that the president wants to immediately purge the Justice Department of the ranks of the officials who've led the probes into him. Let's see where this evidence is coming from. They say in the recent months, the former President Trump has asked close advisors, including at least one of his personal attorneys, if, quote, we know all the names of the senior feds investigating him. That's according to two sources, they say, with direct knowledge of the matter. Trump has then privately discussed that should he return to the White House, it's imperative that his new DOJ, quote, quickly and immediately purge the FBI and the DOJ's ranks of these officials and agents. Yes, agreed. Who've led Trump-related criminal investigations. The ex-president has, of course, dubbed all such probes illegitimate witch hunts. He's now campaigning for the White House on a platform of retribution and cleaning house. Separately, the twice impeached former president, they say, that's nice, has been saying for many, was he convicted in either one of these? Why didn't you say twice acquitted? He wants FBI Director Wray out of the Bureau, according to people close to Trump. Trump appointed him in 2017. But now Trump distrusts Wray because they're all cut from the same cloth. Would be nice to see a nice cleaning house from Donald. But another interesting clip came out from Peter Doocy. He asked Joe Biden about a pardon for Trump. As they indict Trump, will Joe Biden pardon him?
I heard the question. Don't get your suit dirty, man. All right.
Did you see that Ron DeSantis said that if he became president, he would pardon Trump? Where are you on the idea of presidents pardoning Trump?
Yep. It was, thank you.
No answer on that one. Interesting question. Would you pardon Trump? Is anybody going to pardon Trump? And is Trump going to need a pardon? Maybe the prosecution will extend into the election, past the election, and into his new administration, and he can pardon himself. So we'll see.